Right now at 5, the Eau Claire man accused of shooting at his neighbors represents himself in court.
And the Biden administration announcing their latest plans in fighting prescription drug costs.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 5.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 5. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown. An Eau Claire man accused of shooting a crossbow at his neighbors pleads not guilty. 35-year-old Robert Willie is charged with first-degree recklessly endangering safety and disorderly conduct. According to the criminal complaint, he fired a bolt at two people from his second-story window on Maple Street. The victim said Willie had previously texted them about threatening to shoot them. Willie is representing himself while he continues to wait for a public defender.
The Cashton man accused of 21 child sex crimes is in Monroe County Court today. 20-year-old Aiden Harris faces 21 counts, including 19 felonies related to sexual assault, child enticement, and possession of child pornography. According to the criminal complaint, between 2018 and 2023, Harris allegedly kissed and groped a 14-year-old girl when he was 19. It also alleges he coerced a 15-year-old into sexual contact. Harris is held on a $50,000 cash bond. He's back in court September 4th.
Yeah, definitely with the light rain we had this morning, that's kind of tapered off, but we still got some rounds of showers and thunderstorms coming through this evening, but it'll be scattered, won't be widespread. We saw the rainfall this morning. So for Eau Claire, a few showers early on, and we might see another round come later in the night too. Once again, hit and miss, not expecting strong or severe up there, but you will probably need the umbrella at times. So La Crosse more early, and that'll continue all the way through 10. I'll kind of show you what we have, a couple lines coming through of showers and storms. Once again, get in the mid 70s, still kind of humid out there. Right now there is a line beginning to push eastward towards the area. We kind of zoom in there. Overall, Claire's got a few showers out there right now, overall mainly to the north. Now we can zoom into La Crosse, a little better line that's going to be approaching the area here. Right now, so far, no lightning with this, but we could see some thunderstorms, even some gusty winds with some of these storms too. And so far, this is southwest Wisconsin. I think they may see some more development here as we go on, and that kind of shows what's going on for the next several hours. Is we're going to see lines developing to the west where they've had clearer skies and pushing east through the area probably through about 10 p.m. So showers and thunderstorms through the evening commute, and you'll probably definitely need the umbrella out there if you got any outdoor activities, but it'll be hit and miss. Overall for tonight, could be some fog, but we got more showers and thunderstorms unfortunately coming for Friday. We'll time those out a bit later, but it is looking drier for the weekend, though.
All right, we'll take that. Thank you, Greg.
The La Crosse Area Heritage Center's latest exhibit is honoring the works of a prominent La Crosse woodcarver. For nearly a century, the E. Hackner Company of La Crosse built altars, statues, and furniture for local and national churches. The company started in 1880 by Egid Hackner, a German immigrant with a passion for religious art. His community involvement and craftsmanship bolstered their reputation before its closing in the 1960s.
Like La Crosse was a big industry for this, so of course there's companies that are doing this in Chicago and the Twin Cities area, but they're choosing to contract with Hackner of La Crosse just based on their reputation and the skill that these people are putting into their projects.
The Hackner Touch exhibit is open Thursday through Saturday at the La Crosse Heritage Center until October 5th.
Well, with the school year just around the corner, it's the perfect time to gather supplies for your kids. As you shop for back-to-school essentials, why not add a few extra items to support kids in need?
News 8 Now is teaming up with Cooley Bank for our annual Stuff the Bus event. From 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. tomorrow, join us at Walmart locations in La Crosse and Onalaska, where familiar faces from News 8 will assist in filling our bus with school supplies.
Things like notebooks, pencils, and backpacks are always appreciated, but we're also looking for hygiene products like Clorox wipes and Kleenex.
We've seen parents move to tears because they just don't always know how they're going to afford the expense of going back to school. So if we can alleviate some of that and help kids feel prepared, that's really what our goal is.
These donations will be given to local children through our partners, the Dahl Family YMCA and the Matthey Boys and Girls Club, who are each holding distribution events next week. The YMCA's is on Saturday, the 24th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and the Boys and Girls Club's on Tuesday, the 20th from 5 to 7 p.m.
If you can't make it to the store, you can always drop off supplies to the Salvation Army, Boys and Girls Club, or the Dahl Family YMCA. Monetary donations are also welcome and will be used to purchase needed supplies.
Looking forward to seeing everyone there.
Yeah.
5 arrested in connection with Friends star Matthew Perry's death.
How a major drug dealer and his at-home personal assistant played a role in just a bit.
If you're in a nursing home, you only have 5-6 month life expectancy. Almost nobody in a nursing home is in a point to vote.
Listen, Eric Hovde, Mr. Fancy California banker, I earned my retirement, but you said you would absolutely cut Social Security and even raise the retirement age. Now you want to take away our right to vote? Eric Hovde, you're one heck of a jerk. Will never have my vote. DSCC is responsible for the content of this ad.
Okay, 500 deluxe garden gnomes. Wow.
I only meant to order 5. There's not enough money in my account for these. I'm gonna get charged.
2 things I just can't deal with: overdraft charges and garden gnomes. But your BMO Smart Advantage checking account gives you an extra day to avoid an overdraft fee.
Nice to see a bank cutting people some slack.
Well, mistakes happen, and we give you time to correct them.
So you don't like gnomes, huh? What about that one?
That one I like a lot.
BMO.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra, available with the connected driving experience and the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Or get $3,500 purchase cash on select GMC Sierra models. Or get a total of $6,000 purchase allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Visit your best choice GMC dealer today.
It's the final weekend to save now during the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized Sale at Drury's in Fountain. Exciting designs, stunning fabrics, and the best prices of the year right now at Drury's. You'll save on everything Smith Brothers makes. The latest sofa styles, sectionals to fit any room, and the finest in genuine leather, all featuring a lifetime warranty on solid maple frames, sturdy steel springs, and luxurious cushions. Plus, there's even 24-month financing available. Sale ends Monday at 8 at Drury's in Fountain.
Kamala Harris has spent decades fighting violent crime. As a border state prosecutor, she took on drug cartels and jailed gang members for smuggling weapons and drugs across the border. As vice president, she backed the toughest border control bill in decades. And as president, she will hire thousands more border agents and crack down on fentanyl and human trafficking. Fixing the border is tough. So is Kamala Harris.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
5 people, including 2 doctors, a live-in assistant, and a woman authorities identify as a major drug dealer known as the Ketamine Queen, have been arrested for the ketamine overdose of actor Matthew Perry.
Perry was found dead face down in his hot tub last October. Authorities say the suspects conspired to falsely prescribe, sell, and inject Perry with large amounts of ketamine after he relapsed into drug addiction last fall.
The U.S. attorney says the 54-year-old turned to the suspects, who sold him large quantities of ketamine for large sums of money after seeking legitimate treatment for anxiety and depression.
These defendants took advantage of Mr. Perry's addiction issues to enrich themselves. They knew what they were doing was wrong. They knew what they were doing was risking great danger to Mr. Perry, but they did it anyways.
Now, if convicted, some of the suspects face up to life in prison. Officials say so far, 4 of the 5 defendants have asked to enter into plea agreements.
For many fans, Perry's sudden death was shocking. He had recently been on tour publishing his memoir and opening up about his long history with drug addiction.
President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris are detailing progress in their fight to rein in the soaring costs of prescription drugs.
Their event in Maryland today was the first time the pair has appeared together since Biden stepped out of the presidential race. Bradley Blackburn reports from New York.
We finally beat Big Pharma.
President Biden and Vice President Harris were all smiles as they announced Medicare has negotiated new lower prices for some major prescription drugs.
No senior should have to choose between either filling their prescription or paying their rent.
It's about peace of mind. It's about security.
The new prices will kick in 2026, a process that's taken years. The 2022 Inflation Reduction Act, narrowly passed by Congress, made it possible for Medicare to use its leverage with drug makers. The drug list includes 10 widely prescribed and costly medications that treat cancer, diabetes, heart disease, and blood clots.
My cardiologist said, would you rather have bruises or be dead from a stroke?
Reverend Kurt Miner was diagnosed with asymptomatic atrial fibrillation and prescribed one of the drugs, the blood thinner Eliquis. He says he uses a Canadian pharmacy to avoid paying costs of up to $500 a quarter on his Medicare Advantage plan.
I only have to do this silliness and this end around thing one more year, and then hopefully Eliquis will be much more affordable.
According to the White House, the new prices could save taxpayers $6 billion in 2026, while Medicare enrollees will save $1.5 billion in out-of-pocket costs.
This is a win-win for everybody across the country.
The AARP's Bill Sweeney says more drug prices will be negotiated in the years ahead.
Medicare can start getting a better deal for the American taxpayer and for seniors who are paying the highest prices at the pharmacy counter.
What kind of difference would that make for you?
Give me more money to blow on the grandkids.
Starting in 2025, out-of-pocket drug costs will be capped at $2,000 a year for people with Medicare Part D. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Again, these new prices don't roll out until 2026, and some drug makers have sued the federal government to try to stop the Medicare negotiation process.
Those legal challenges are still making their way through the courts.
Ernesto leaving thousands without power.
More on the hurricane's path of destruction and where it's headed next when we come back.
We got more storms this evening, but we still got another round of showers and maybe some storms for your Friday, not Thursday as it says. But the good news is the weekend is looking drier. I'll have all the details coming up on your First One Weather Update after the break.
Refresh your space with a mid-century makeover at Ashley. During the Labor Day sale, discover statement pieces starting at $499.99. Plus, get 0% interest for 5 years on in-store purchases. No minimum purchase required. Shop more deals in-store and online.
Eric Hovde, multimillionaire California banker, named one of Orange County's most influential residents. A glamorous lifestyle, the best parties. Hovde bragged about being in the 1%, but accused Wisconsin farmers of not working hard. Now, this California banker wants to buy a Senate seat in Wisconsin. Eric Hovde, what an arrogant, phony fraud. DSCC is responsible for the content of this ad.
My feet hurt so bad in the morning, I couldn't even put my feet on the floor. So I had to start engineering my own arch support. So I got that, then I put this in there, this one. Finally, before I added another one of these in, I went to Good Feet, and they gave me this. So I built all this together to engineer a solution to my pain. And if I'd have just gone to Good Feet, I'd have been better off in the first place.
Good Feet arch supports, engineered for pain relief, personally fitted for you.
Labor Day mattress deals are happening now at Ashley. For a limited time, save up to $1,000 on select mattress purchases. Plus, get 0% interest for 5 years on in-store purchases. Only at Ashley.
Stories are told on our Instagram at WKBT News 8. Or you can always find us at news8000.com. You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Ernesto has strengthened into a Category 1 hurricane and is barreling toward Bermuda with winds of 85 miles an hour.
The storm is expected to hit Bermuda on Friday. It lashed Puerto Rico with fierce winds and heavy rains on Wednesday. The island's main power supplier says as of midday today, about a quarter of the territory's businesses and homes are without electricity.
People with loved ones there say Puerto Ricans know how to bounce back after enduring the devastation caused by Category 5 Hurricane Maria back in 2017.
people of Puerto Rico are so resilient anymore. They are not waiting for agencies to come and give them a hand. I mean, they take matters into their own hands. Neighbors help neighbors.
Ernesto is expected to produce life-threatening surf and rip currents as it travels up the East Coast this weekend. It's the 5th named Atlantic storm of this season.
Well, we had a wet overnight and morning hours today, and of course we've got Stuff the Bus tomorrow at the Onalaska and La Crosse Walmarts. Is it going to be a downpour, Greg?
Well, it won't be a downpour, but we will be seeing showers at least in the later half of the day, too. Maybe the early morning hours won't see it, but we still got around with that low that's going to be close by. But we still got storms this evening coming through, probably to about midnight or so. Patchy fog, that's going to be a problem. Could be tonight, it could be tomorrow night, could be through the weekend given all the moisture and the time of year, but we'll have to keep an eye on for dense fog situations. And once I've stated, more showers and storms probably Friday, late morning through the afternoon. Won't be as widespread as today, but still we're going to be seeing those off and on. Here's a little bit of showers going on right now from Eau Claire, just northwest of La Crosse. That one, we're going to see more of this develop here because I've had some daytime heating to the west, and we got the main front that'll be approaching. So you'll see more of this developing here over the next couple of hours, and eventually it'll continue to push eastward. So by 8, we start to see more pushing across. There's that one area that should push east of La Crosse here by after 8. By the time we get to 9, we have an area just of scattered showers, maybe a thunderstorm, even a strong one potentially as it comes through. By the time we get to about 10, I think most of it will be east of the Mississippi River. As we get closer to 11, I think most of it then will be east of I-94 up to the north. Areas up there could maybe see this lingering through about midnight to maybe 1. Otherwise, areas to the south will start seeing clearing skies, so at least partly cloudy, and waking up tomorrow morning, the morning commute, besides the fog potential, it should be fairly quiet for most of the area. We'll start seeing the showers really developing probably by about 9 or 10 p.m. as this low begins to push south. Here we go. We got showers developing about 9. Then they'll kind of spread across the area. Widely scattered showers, probably peak intensity or peak coverage will be in the early afternoon hours. This will continue throughout all the way probably to the evening commute and beyond. We'll see showers and maybe a thunderstorm, and they'll continue for Friday evening. So Friday evening activities will probably see some showers continuing, but it won't be a downpour, but you will have that. So once again, have the umbrella handy if you're going out, especially if we're going to be stuffing the bus all the way through the evening hours. So overall fog potential, this is one to keep an eye on. Right now it's kind of really hammering up towards Ladysmith area to see lower visibility, but also keep an eye on northeast Iowa where they are going to clear out, and some of those areas could get maybe some dense fog. We'll have to see that problem if it persists. This 1 to 2 miles, if there's any fog out there, we start seeing it begin to lift by about 10 a.m. This could be a reoccurring problem over the next several days. Now going into the weekend, this low begins to push east, so we are going to see a few showers on Saturday, but less cloud cover going into that. And then Sunday, the good news is we're looking dry and actually warmer as it pushes further east. So that's the good news. The weekend, at least the second half, does look dry, but we still might see a shower or two and some cloud cover for your Saturday. But overall, if you look at the temperatures for tomorrow, we're looking at low 70s up to the north. Maybe an 80. We'll have a little bit more sun potentially. Don't forget the morning fog, and then we'll have the showers roll through about late morning to the afternoon and evening hours once again. And as we go to Sunday, mid-80s in some locations. It looks fairly quiet next week with temperatures kind of hovering right around average, which would be about the upper 70s to low 80s depending on location. So it's going to be wet probably for the next couple days. Saturday, not so much. The weekend overall, the second half looks good. And then it looks like a stretch of really quiet
look how lovely that
weather.
looks.
We don't see any significant systems, and that goes beyond this next week, too. It's going to be a fairly quiet pattern right now, it looks like.
All right, a good stretch ahead.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Greg. The search for sunken treasure.
We'll take you inside the world of magnet fishing when we return.
The Stuff the Bus campaign brings school supplies to students who otherwise may not have access. Friday on News 8 Now this morning, we'll have live coverage throughout the day of both of the buses.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
When the classic flavors of bacon, lettuce, and tomato meet the classic goodness of Hardee's Frisco lineup, you get instant summer favorites. Introducing Hardee's Frisco BLT Angus Burger and Frisco BLT Hand-Breaded Chicken Sandwich.
I'm Tammy Baldwin. I approve this message.
I'm the proud son of a single mom.
My mom worked nights to provide for us.
My mom worked 80 hours a week.
But Eric Hovde thinks if you have a single mom, you're going to be poor or a drug addict?
That is a direct path to a life of poverty. It leads to higher drug rates.
That just shows Eric Hovde is ignorant.
Come on, I'm successful today because of my mom.
I learned my work ethic from my mom, my single mom.
What is wrong with this guy?
Welcome to Washington, D.C. You got a bunch of loudmouth, preening politicians. It's absolute chaos. I'm Derek Van Orden, and after 26 years as a Navy SEAL, there's a few things that I learned. You stay on mission, you know what you're fighting for, and sometimes you gotta get a little dirty to finish the job. Let's go, kids. Not you. Not you. You. Let's go. I'm Derek Van Orden. I approve this message.
Salmon, good choice. I may need to send you grocery shopping more often.
I also picked up a vacuum cleaner at the same store.
You bought one of the most important household appliances at a place that sells bananas?
The worker said it really sucks.
That's nuts.
It does suck, but not the good kind.
Let's go to a place that specializes in vacuums from people that know vacuums, like A1 Vacuum in La Crosse. And leave the box stores to, you know.
Our business is picking up. It's Toyota's national sales event. Swipe into end of summer fun with an exciting new Toyota. Whether you're paddleboarding in a RAV4, mountain biking in a Tacoma, or tubing with your best friends in a Camry, you'll find plenty to post about all summer long.
Right now, during Toyota's national sales event, you can lease a new Tacoma for $349 a month, or get 2.99% APR for 60 months on a new Tundra.
Come in today. Ooh, like.
Toyota, let's go places.
The greatest meal deal for your buck? Hardee's Original Bag, just $5.99. Loaded with your choice of 2 full-size favorites, plus fries and a drink. All for just $5.99. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
There's a new group of hobbyists visiting America's lakes and rivers in search of sunken treasure.
Michael George introduces us to magnet fishers.
At the side of the highway on a bridge over the Bronx River, James Kane is casting his line in the hopes of finding his fortune. He and his partner Barbie Agostini are magnet fishers.
Take a strong neodymium natural earth magnet, which you can find on Amazon, and you tie it to the end of a rope, and you literally throw it anywhere people can regular fish, and you'll be pulling out anything metallic.
Kane and Agostini started magnet fishing as a pandemic hobby, not knowing it would become a career. Their YouTube channel, Let's Get Magnetic, has more than 10,000 subscribers, waiting to see what sunken treasure they'll reel in next. They say they found more than a dozen guns, a grenade.
This is our second grenade we ever found.
And recently, they scored big.
Oh my God, there's a stack of money. There's a stack of money.
No way.
The pair made national headlines after finding a safe in Queens, New York.
This one had 2 giant stacks of $100 bills in it.
The cash, which they say is being verified by the Treasury Department, is estimated to be $50,000 to $80,000. But magnet fishers say a typical haul doesn't earn much money.
We find actually a lot of construction equipment, like rebar, tools, bits of screws, and everything. That's probably the most common.
So what keeps them coming back?
For me personally, it's the unknowingness of it. It's like a lottery ticket every time you throw the magnet in the water.
Angling for any big catch.
Look at that! History!
That will stick to a magnet. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
Now, different states have different laws regarding magnet fishing fines.
Kane says all the guns they found were handed over to police as required by New York law.
Yeah, it'd be a little shocking to find like that grenade out of the river.
I think that'd be so fun, the mystery that comes with it.
Sure.
And I love that they're cleaning up the waterways.
That's a nice
the rivers
perk.
And all that. Yeah, that's nice. Get all that junk out of there and find some really nice treasures in there. Almost $30,000, $80,000, you said?
Yeah.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, it was like 50 grand or something like that.
Winning. Yeah. Okay. All right, we'll have another look at tonight's forecast after the break.
Nothing tastes better on the grill than steak from Holman Locker and Meat Market. Stop in for a sale on this month's featured steak. You'll be glad you did. Holman Locker and Meat Market, your place for fresh, quality local meat and much, much more.
We know the fentanyl coming from Mexico and China is a threat here in Wisconsin.
It's why Tammy Baldwin is working to stop it.
And Tammy passed the bipartisan Fend Off Fentanyl Act.
It takes on the Mexican cartels and the fentanyl coming from China.
And Tammy Baldwin voted 32 times to strengthen our border.
32 times to increase border patrols.
And technology to keep illegal drugs out. Because Senator Baldwin knows
keeping us safe is her first priority.
Tell Tammy Baldwin to keep securing our borders.
Did you realize 90% of roofs are replaced before they need to be? With roof costs doubling in the past 5 years, there is a better solution. What if I told you there's a way to extend the life of your roof while also providing extra protection against hail, UV rays, high winds, water, and granule loss? Go Nano is a roof treatment that uses nanotechnology to extend the life of your roof 5 to 15 additional years and is 80 to 90% less expensive than replacing your roof. Contact Clear Choice today for your free roof evaluation or to learn more.
At Driven to Clean, our goal is fast, efficient cleaning of your trash bins and dumpsters. Our high-powered wash system and autonomous trucks kill almost 99% of all bin bacteria, using 200-degree pressurized water to blast away germs and residue. We come the day after trash or recycling pickup for residential services and pre-schedule for commercial. Once completed, you'll have the cleanest bins around. Check out our plans and pricing at driventoclean.com.
I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message. There's a side of Eric Hovde you might not know. In his 20s, he was diagnosed with MS, and in that moment, his life and priorities changed. Eric started Hovde Homes. Hovde Homes rescue abandoned children from sex trafficking and slavery. For children who never experienced real love, Hovde Homes offer the love, care, and support they need to heal. MS changed Eric's life, and thousands of children are alive today because of it.
Summer is here. Get everything you need for grilling or smoking with the Summer Freezer Filler Bundle from the Holman Locker and Meat Market. Eat healthy, shop local at your Holman Locker and Meat Market, and much, much more.
All right, we have some showers out there right now. In fact, we have one just coming towards La Crosse, and I expect more of that activity throughout the evening hour. Probably see a little bit more widespread, but still hit and miss showers, especially along I-90 further south, and that will continue probably to at least 10 p.m., maybe a little bit later up to the north. Some fog tonight for some areas, then we have another round of showers, maybe a storm Friday, less Saturday, more sun, and then especially Sunday so far looks pretty good with mid-80s, and next week overall quiet right now, looks like.
All right, it's looking pretty solid. All right, thank you all for joining us tonight at 5.
We'll see you at 6.